What's the YouTube? I have zephyr games. We're here with Joe, and Joe is bringing us an ancient gear deck profile ready for links. And then obviously at the end he will talk you through what he will kind of like, or he's kind of kept in his mind what he might change for when the new fusion spell comes out. So, Joe, take it away.
So to start off with, we have for the main deck beaters. I have one reactor dragon, one golem, and two Gadgeton dragons. Now the reason I like this ratio is because one, these three now let me play trade-in the deck, which is very good for this kind of deck because it has a good amount of searching, but it has no draw power. And for the spells that we play, like Ancient Gear Catapult, which if you search of Wyvern you now can't play it. Things like trade-in, which we can just ditch a monster and draw, and hopefully draw into it, and then we can still play it. It's pretty good. So this is why I play these, as well as Golem's my target for the ultimate Golem. Reactor Dragon, though, I gotta play it at least at one because it's a very strong combo piece in terms of with like Gear Town. If you can get off, get attack, pop the Gear Town, summon another monster, attack with that. Gadgeton Dragon is again level 8. Which has similar effects to Golem in terms of the attacking thing, but if you do summon it off the Ancient Gear, you can treat the Ancient Gear as one of the effects that you want to get off. So these four beaters are really good for the deck in my opinion. Next, play the 3 Wyverns. Obvious, you want to search, you want to get to your combo pieces. 3 Hounds, your fusion summoner, as well as a cowboy for game, you could say. I'm only playing 1 box and 1 gadget. The reasons for this is because I've added an extra engine until we get the new support, which can get us into our combo pieces. But I wanted to still have this because this is very good deck thinning. You've got your gear as your effect, your monster to give you effects to your gadgetons. But you've also got your box to be able to search gear and the other combo pieces I have in the deck, as well as being usable with one of the spells in the deck. The added engine I have is 3 gear hauler, yeah, and 2 gear arsenal. The reason I wanted to play this is because I wanted to be a bit different for the traditional ancient gears, you could say, and I wanted to add an additional engine that can get us to our combo pieces faster. And so I've added these cards. Your gear on normal summon, you can search a level 4 earth machine from your deck to your hand, and then you're locked into machines that turn, which is fine for a deck like us. Gear arsenal, accelerator, sorry, you can special summon if you control another gear, and which then in combination with arsenal, with hauler, you can normal hauler, search your wyvern, then you can the combo I like to do is normal hauler, search your box searches your gadget, then you special accelerator, overlay these two into Geargan X, detach for Geargan X, and then you can get your wyvern. So you've added 3 ancient gears to your hand, you've got Xyz in play, and you've only used 2 monsters to get into it. So it's just a nice little combo that I wanted to do for a good turn 1 play. And then you've got Maxi. And that rounds up the main deck monsters. For your spells and trap, you play 3, the best card in the deck, 3 Ancient Gear Catapult, pop a spell card, and then you special summon Ancient Gear from your deck, ignoring summoning conditions. So you can bash it from the graveyard, pop a card, and then you can summon a token. So hence the token scattered around. So it's a really strong card. Unfortunately, you have to control no monsters to do it. So it's fine down there. You can search it off Wyvern, but then you've got Wyvern now in play, so you can't play it. 3 Gear Town is the best field spell in the deck. When it gets popped, you get to summon an Ancient Gear from your hand, deck or grave, which is then combo with Catapult, gives you 2 beaters or other combo pieces to get into some fusions. 3 Fortress, I never understand why people play less than 3, because, you know...
Yeah, I play it at 3 in my build.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's your safety net. It lets you play your Ancient Gear monsters and effects, knowing your opponent can't do anything in response, and they go into battle phase, they attack, they still can't do anything because the Ancient Gear's effects. And then if it's popped, you get an Ancient Gear from hand or grave.
When the deck came out, there was a lot of negates to effects that were going around, and now with everyone floating hand traps, you can't just hand trap.
You can't hand trap us really anymore.
No Ash Blossom!
No Ash Blossoms, as long as this is in play.
Yeah.
And so you play 3 because I want to see it in my opening hands. So when I do have the Catapult and the Gear Town, I have this with me. Play this first, play Gear Town, play Catapult, they can't do anything.
And if you open with 2 of these and a Catapult, you go with 2
play
Fortresses,
2, pop 1,
still get something.
Exactly. 3 Terraformers, you want to see Gear Town. I play 2 Ancient Gear Workshops because you can kind of say it's a rotor for the deck. You get an Ancient Gear from your graveyard, but if you add Box, so long as it's added to your hand in some way, you get another search. So if you're adding Box to your hand, you can search either your Gear or your Hauler. So it's really good. You can also get back things like, I play 2 Ultimate Golems in the extra deck and only 1 Golem in the main deck, because I can just add Golem back off Workshop if I want to make another Ultimate Golem. So I play 2 of that. 2 Trading, we play 4 level 8s, but they're all searchable through the Wyvern, and they can be added back through the Workshop, so you don't really go neg with this. 1 Dark Holders can be a Regeki. 1 limiter removal for OTKs, and for the rest of the spells, which we'll talk about limiter for it, 1 Fusion Recycling Plant, 1 Polymerization, and 1 Overload Fusion. I don't play Power Bond in the deck. I used to, but I took it out, and the reason for it is I think limiter removal was the better Power Bond for this kind of deck. Because the Ancient Gears are big as they are. I mean, you got all these main deck beat sticks. Power
3K,
Bond,
3K,
exactly.
3K.
Power Bond doesn't affect those. It only affects your fusions. So with limiter removal, I'm affecting not only my fusions, but I'm also affecting my main deck monsters as well. So that you can make all of them beat sticks. That's my reasoning for it. The reason I play these 2 is because this is searchable off terraforming, and every time you make a fusion, you're getting one of those materials back. So if you're using Hound and a Wyvern, you can fuse those to make your Howitzer, burn them for 1,000. End phase Recycling Plant can either get you back the Hound for another fusion play, or the Wyvern for a next turn search play. The 1 Polymerization, because it's searchable off the Fusion Recycling Plant and can be recycled through Fusion Recycling Plant, so you only need the 1. And the Overload Fusion is for your Chaos Giant. And then your 1 trap in the deck, which is Ancient Gear Reborn, which is a really nice trap card in my opinion, and it's the only one you really need.
Yeah, so many times you have a Reactor Dragon pop. And you
exactly,
just
or even Gadgeton Dragon I've even done as well, which is really funny.
Well, no, I've had a Blue Eyes attack into Reactor Dragon die, activate Reborn. It comes back bigger than Blue Eyes.
Exactly. It's a really nice trap. Extra deck is very short and simple. It's all up to you really, and ratios are up to you as well. I like to play 3 Howitzer because it's the one I go into the most. It's the one you will be going into the most for the simple burn damage and the 3 special summon when it's killed. I play 2 Ultimate Golems because I like Ultimate Golem. I actually prefer him to Chaos Giant in a way, just because it's a bit easier to summon in my opinion, requires a bit less materials, even though one of them you have to play. But because it's named, you can play things like our friend Robert's playing in his Elemental Hero Prisma, so he can copy the Golem, as well as being searchable through other things like emergency call and rotor. But I like the Ultimate Golem just because it's your better first turn fusion monster as well. If you make the Ultimate Golem, you know even if they get rid of it, you're getting a Golem back from it, and being 4400 is still really big and beefy. Though I still play 2 Chaos Giants because my extra deck is really empty and free, so I like to just play 2 Chaos Giants. For the XCs are just simple ones. Number 59, 1 Heavy Armor Train, 1 Gigan X I explained before, 1 Tornado Dragon and 1 Dark Rebellion. I still like Dark Rebellion in any rank 4 like-ish decks, like deck like this, because it's easy to get over things. Crook Cook is good for your field spell and your fortress. Armor Train makes direct attacks easy. Gigan X I explained. Tornado Dragon's also for back row.
Stopped the field.
Crook Cook ruling. Good thing you brought that up. For anyone who still doesn't know, Crook Cook triggers off Gear Town if you don't pop a monster. Because if you don't pop a monster, if you pop a monster, his power buff is the last thing to activate. So Gear Town misses timing.
Yeah.
If you don't pop a monster, you won't get a buff, so Gear Town won't miss timing. That's the rulings behind Crook Cook. But that's the deck. In terms of what I will be taking out, this isn't a 15 card extra deck for last time we counted, so you just literally add Megaton Golem to it. Things that I would take out, I'd be taking out 2 Gadgeton Dragons for 2 more Golems. I'd make the deck a really Golem focused build. I'd take out these. I'd make this engine either completely gone or a lot smaller, and I'd put in at least 2 of the new Ancient Gear Machina gear, and then I would probably be taking out the fusion recycling plant and the polymerization for the at least 2 copies of Ancient Gear Fusion. And then anything else, so this would be 2 Golems, 2 Ancient Gear Fusions, 2 Ancient Gear Machina Gears, and then what you could do is either take this out for another Ancient Gear Fusion and put in the new trap that we're getting as well. But that's kind of like what I'd do once the new support's out. And that's it.
Cool, so that gives you an idea of where Ancient Gears are standing right now, and of course where they could be in a few months' time when we get the new, I believe it's in the Pegasus set, isn't it?
Yeah, the new Pegasus set.
The only annoying thing about that is because it's one of those smaller type sets, normally people tend to buy into them, so it might become like a more expensive card than it should be. Anyway, that is it for the Ancient Gear deck. Hope it gives you a couple of ideas of where to work and kind of go for it. And you know, I still really find Ancient Gears quite fun. They're a little bit different. You know, and it will be interesting to see. They can kind of cut it in Link as well, because they can just get one big beta fusion on board.
Yeah.
And go for game. So
if you do happen to get Mrs. Radiant as well, you know, this becomes a 4900.
Yeah. So, as if you need a 4900 ancient gear golem. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, guys. As always, happy dueling. If you like that video, why not check out our other videos available? We've got more deck profiles, pack openings, and of course duels. And don't forget to click on the most important button of all, that subscribe button, right in the bottom left-hand corner.